Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
Put the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Wash is down 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire.
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 and 3 with the primal rage.
Experience tranquility.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, etc. Welcome back to Tranquility Gaming Esports. I don't really remember what it is. I think it's Tranquility Gaming.
Tranquility Gaming.
Got it. All right. We are back tonight with a banger of a night. We are going to be having the Widowmaker 1v1s. Don't worry, we already did round 1. As far as I'm aware, we did the round 1. Yep, all right. But we will be moving on to round 2 on stream, and we will make sure to give you guys a high level of quality. Tonight, producing and casting is Booth right over there.
That's right. Doing the three-peat so far this week because we did our, of course, a great start so far already to event week, everybody. We had the Train Tranquility Team Fight Tactics Tournament. It is the best acronym that's ever existed. Of course, on Sunday, and then last night we had the start with Content Creator 1v1s. Already amazing, everyone. $2,625.34 raised so far for Project Hope. We're going for a goal of $5,000 this season, and can't thank everybody enough so far for all of their contributions, but we have so much more to show this week. We would love to push as high as we can towards our goal starting tonight. All the funds donated are going to be going to provide urgently needed medical aid like insulin, and then also some supplies, and then supporting families and their children in the Ukraine, as well as Ukrainian refugees. Any and all donations are greatly appreciated. We would be very thankful if you could help support us here during this event week. But Ty, tonight, the Widowmaker 1v1s, a favorite for quite a lot of people. I remember you signing up for this one pretty early on. This was a pretty fun event.
Yeah, I saw this early in the preseason, and I was like, yeah, just gonna scoop this up before anybody else takes it. And here we are. Nobody else took it, and Booth, unfortunately, has to double up. But, I mean, if there's anybody who's going to do it, it's going to be Booth, and I could not be more excited. I've always been, when it comes to the competitive side of Overwatch, a bit of a hater on Widowmaker. I think it's a very simple version of the game that she forces on when she's a hyper meta hero. But in Widowmaker 1v1s, all meta crap goes out the window. It's just hype. It's just click on heads.
It is exactly. Well, let's take a brief look over for our brackets that we're going to be showcasing tonight, and then we're going to get into our matches. Our first, of course, we're going to be starting with the Harmony tier. Our round 1 happening off stream. We had Sechuan, I think is how you would pronounce that, Sechuan, from the Turbo Throwers, winning 5-4 over Yojimbo from Strix. A very close match. They're going to be in our first matchup we're going to showcase tonight against King Yakko from Luminous. And then also off stream, you had Bonkor beating Mira. I need to get a little closer to read on this. So producing stream is not the easiest. Mira,
and Mira
again over on the Gehenna Gatekeepers. So they're going to be going into round 2 against Yeast from the Amateur Professionals. So without going any further ado, Ty, we're going to be getting into match here, and yes, excited to get started here with our Widowmaker 1v1s.
Yeah, and like you said, we're starting off with King Yakko 01 from Luminous Foxes versus Senshin Turbo Throwers. The most important thing to evaluate, it was skipped, are the Widowmaker skin choices.
Oh,
I like
yes.
I believe this is the White Snake. There was a movie on this a little while ago, if you didn't know.
Oh, I did not know that. I always assumed it was like the band Whitesnake, so that makes quite a bit of sense.
It is actually, I believe, a Chinese myth, but good first kill from Senshin. Had to, like you said already, come up from that 5-4 game against Yojimbo in that round 1. So trying to keep his head head above water, I should say.
That's right. I like the high ground advantage both Widowmakers are going for there, but, Yakko's definitely got the advantage. I'm sitting up here. There's a little more... I mean, there's not tons of cover, but on these first couple of initial shots, like even using the cactus, honestly, not a pretty nice thing to utilize, but so far already down 0-2. Good jump shot there to get them up to the high ground and able to finish off.
Ascension, really good start already, and one other thing to bring up, I think that the low ground is really threatening on this map because it's so unpredictable as to where you're going to be coming from. I like this angle more. You cover yourself up with that wall, and Ascension's so sneaky.
Wow. Yeah, I like they're really utilizing this little archway down here, and just popping up right at the end. It's just a matter of time before one of these two Widowmakers connect. They're gonna reposition. I think it's a good idea. Oh,
nice
first jump shot of the night. I think that last one was close. The first one I caught on stream at least.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Senshin. 3-0 already. This guy's really good. And one other thing to evaluate, it appears he's a low sensitivity kind of player.
I noticed that. Yeah, that's right up my alley. But yeah, pretty little low sensor here. Maybe we'll see that sensitivity rising as we go throughout the evening. We're going to be jumping between all three of our NA tiers tonight. Of course, starting off in the Harmony tier, but a little bit of a comeback needed here for Yakko if they want to continue.
Yeah, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. Yakko actually catches sight, but Senshin doesn't know where he is yet. Catches sight. No shots quite landing yet. Barely missing on the head. Oh, and then Senshin again. Indomitable.
Doing so good so far. I mean, 4 shots already up, so they're going to have to be a reverse sweep here. We are doing first to 5 tonight across all of our matches, so... Game point here for Senshin. They're going to go... they're going for the high jump here. Both Widowmakers in the air, but neither able to connect with that first shot.
Well, that's how it can start. King Yakko finally gets his first point on the board, and Senshin trying to lock this up. You're not scared yet, but you lose 2 more rounds and you're starting to sweat a little bit, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They still have the upper advantage here. They're going to keep sticking on that low ground. Seems to be their place of choice, knowing exactly where Yakko is, but just waiting for the right time. But, wow, not firing there. Seemed like they had a couple of opportunities to get the shot off, but Yakko now taking it back with 2 more.
Yeah, Senshin kind of had it in the bag there. It feels like he's dangling the carrot almost. Just not giving Yakko the opportunity to really clamp the jaws. But, ooh.
Is that 155 on that, so just a half second more on that charge, and that would be taking us to the 3-4 already. But Yakko looking in pretty good shape.
Senshin with a pretty sneaky angle. He's got a lot of cover to play with, and decides he's not about it. Goes to the high ground. If he hit that shot, I would have freaked out.
That would have been nuts. That would have been very nuts. But they got to be real careful. Only a little tap needed there from Yakko, and there it is. The full charge not needed. And we're 2 away from a reverse sweep here. 3 in a row here for Yakko. Quite the turnaround.
Yeah, definitely starting to sweat now. You won the first 4. You're thinking you're going to put him away, and then all of a sudden, King Yakko just brings it back. You're getting a little bit too predictable, I think, for Senshin.
I think they are. And let's see. Oh.
Taken down.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Slightly anticlimactic, but what can you do sometimes?
No, that'll sure do it. 5-3 there at the end. A very good run and turnaround there for Yakko. Unfortunately, not able to come across all the way through, but we're going to see the play of the game here coming out from Senshin, and deserved there with the performance there, going through and getting the 5-3 victory in our first Widowmaker 1v1, but my goodness, quite a bit more still ahead of us here. We're going to be getting into our next lobby that, if I'm not mistaken, will be a Discord tier.
Oh, it will be. And that, my friends, that is the appetizer. That is the mozzarella sticks to get us into the meat and potatoes of what's to come. I don't know why I used mozzarella sticks as my example for...
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because of the place that I work recently, It's one of the cheapest things I can get to eat on my breaks is mozzarella sticks, so I've just been getting mozzarella sticks, and it's just all I can think about. I like mozzarella sticks.
I don't blame you at all. But we are going to be seeing right now Poseidon. We have Gliscor going up against Matson from the Quokka Queens in our first Discord tier match here. And already Gliscor getting the first shot and going to go up 1-0 here. Neither of these Widowmakers having to play in the first round. So both coming off of presumably a little bit of practice, maybe no practice whatsoever, but no opening round for either of these two. So it's going to be their first action tonight.
Yeah, so fun fact about Gliscor is how it's actually
Gliscor.
Pronounced. It's the name of a Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
And in competitive Pokemon, Gliscor is more of an off-tank choice, but Gliscor is not an off-tank here. He's full on bloodthirsty DPS.
Yeah, and already showing that up 2-0 already. Quokka, of course, having a great season so far. And Gliscor definitely being part of that here. And already on the higher, we're already seeing a little bit of variability between these two players and kind of the angles they're taking.
Actually, Gliscor is on Poseidon, who's a team that's kind of been struggling this year. It's Madsen who is on the dominant marsupial org, and honestly, if Gliscor keeps playing like this, his team definitely is not out of the woods yet.
No, not at all. I'm gonna leave player names and teams to you as I because I am bouncing. I'm bouncing between signs here and bouncing between scores. There's Matson making it 2-1 here now, and yeah, gonna keep this one closer already.
Yeah, I mean, no chance for a reverse sweep at this point in the game. 2-1, still in Gliscor's advantage, but definitely not in anybody's absolute favor yet. It's all about who can be sneakier.
Is this our first? This might be one of our first coast travels there. Matson taking that up, but no fight really happening on that side yet. We do see them taking this lower ground. Gliscor just kind of exposed in the open and trying to go for a jump shot of their own, but before they can fire, their head's taken off, and 2-2 here now.
I mean, that's just a really nice shot, and it's really good to see the difference. In our first game, we had a very low sense Widowmaker. Now Matson, very high sense Widowmaker. You saw his mouse traveling across. He's looking at New York. Now he's looking at Korea. Now he's looking at Gliscor's eyeballs. And he's very fast aim. I love to see it. Very wild. It's a lot of fun that can happen.
It is. I highly respect it. I was just a filthy diva player, so my I didn't have the need for the sense to that level, so I told myself. But I'm going to be up in this high ground. We're only 30 seconds left here till the control point goes up. But Matson's going to end it before we even get there. And 3-2 here. This is pretty neck and neck, kind of trading every other for both of these players here.
Yeah, I was about to say, Matson's looking dominant so far. Like, Gliscor had the great first two shots, but Matson has not lost one since he got one. His grip has been tight.
Very tight. And wow, Gliscor
loosened it up, I guess.
Wow, fully exposed in a couple of these angles, but not really seeming to matter. That was quick.
Yeah, loosening his grip just for a moment to let Gliscor sneak his way back in. And again, gotta talk about the skins. I think Gliscor has the advantage here.
Okay, I haven't updated my skin collection in a while, so I think I'm probably running what Matson's doing here, but it's more because, I haven't been collecting skins for about a year and a half. So yeah, I do like the skin there. I do like the other one from Gliscor, though. I don't know the name of that skin, though.
Yeah, I was mistaken. I forgot Madsen had the summer skin. I changed my mind. Madsen has the skin advantage. I'm so sorry. I disrespected.
I'm going to say, the summer skin's solid.
Yeah, the summer skin is very good.
I'm going to keep rocking that one. And ooh.
Speaking of solid, that's a solid shot right there.
It feels like half these shots, Matson's just waiting for the grapple to come up from Gliscor and is catching them off guard whenever they're right when they're landing. And it's similar to some of the players always waiting. I'm gonna get the terminology wrong, but when like your Pharah uses the jump boost and you know the exact place they're gonna be landing. Maybe they're kind of going with the same area here. They're kind of timing out the shot and kind of guessing the placement a little more based off these grapples.
Yeah, definitely a lot of that muscle memory that comes in. And it's multiple players with a 2 pixels available, and he's clicking on one of them.
Oh my gosh, our first round 9 and our second match today. Both have been incredibly close, but here we go. Match point for both Widowmakers here.
I mean, both these players have hit some insane shots. So
Oh,
either
yeah.
way, I think this is definitely a match where you can look at it and think this is a threat to go to the finals.
Oh yeah, I mean it's exciting. This got matched up early on here for us to see, but both Widowmakers showing they're more than capable. So if we're gonna see this level of play tonight, I'm pretty excited. Look, they're both so much more reserved right now. That's the first real aggressive attempt there from Gliscor.
Yeah, just jockeying for positioning back and forth.
Ooh.
First shot fired from Gliscor, doesn't find anything though. That is so greedy. Going for that grapple.
Yeah, that was really greedy. I mean, their placement at the end too doesn't really set them up too well. But oh, Gliscor, was just in the right spot, but they're already gonna move. And now here we go. Walls on for both. Gliscor with the advantage that they're already in the open, but it's not gonna matter. Matson. Oh, pulling out the close there, 5-4, and that's exact. I'm excited if we're gonna keep seeing that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was so unbelievably close from both sides, and realistically, I think it's not one that either player can be upset about. Like,
Oh no.
yeah, it's a very very close game. Neither side. That was a great shot from Madsen that really started him on his war path. I think that shot, I think, was the true reversal of momentum.
Yeah, fantastic job there. Now we're going to move on to the Transcendence tier, our first matchup here in round 2. We're going to have, we have Charybdis from Decapitators, of course, just good at everything they do somehow, winning their first round over Frozen from Epic Z6, and now they're going against Raging here from Battalion, and they're going to be our first matchup here tonight in the Transcendence tier.
Yeah, so a fun fact about this that I just realized, he's gone against 2 teams in one of the divisions that, in my personal opinion, are 2 of the favorites to win in Transcendence in general, Battalion and Epizeuxis. They're 2 of my personal top 4 teams in Transcendence tier. So seeing that Charybdis has a chance to take them both down, that's just an ego move.
Oh, yeah. Charybdis placing very well on Sunday in the Tranquility Train Teamfight Tactics tournament. Doing fantastic there. So, wow.
That's a 0 frame flick.
Wow. Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, so showing they can continue on the Widowmaker here as well. Ty, not sure if you're going to remember, they were dominant in one of our preseason tournaments again. I was about to say in our Halo tournament, they were one of the standout players, and what can't they do?
I remember that. Charybdis, a mechanical warlord, perhaps?
I guess. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, 2 very, very quick headshots. I don't remember exactly. Is that near 100% accuracy? I feel like they've only fired twice. Maybe they fired 3 times?
Maybe 67%, but I feel like that's a little bit low for Charybdis. He's got to fix this soon.
He's got to be careful. Well, definitely knows where their opponent is. Now was. Both Widowmakers already kind of shifting, but you're going to see Raging from Battalion kind of sticking on this spawn side for them up top, going for their first jump shot, just missing.
Yeah, that's really aggressive to try and make a move like that on the player who's been doming you this, that, and the other. And you just do it again.
Wow.
Doesn't expect the ego move, and Raging pulls it out.
Good job there from Raging. Gonna tie it, bring it 2-1 here now. They'd love to tie this up here and kind of shift momentum into their favor. Gonna go for that jump shot right off the bat again. Let's see, but Charybdis not gonna follow suit. Kind of hidden from that angle.
Raging has no clue where Charybdis is, but Charybdis barely got a peek. And both players know now. Information has been lost. The information war is even. No way! He had the read and he still missed it! Raging had an insane shot!
Wow. Yeah, this has been insane level of play here. Very clear that we're here into the Transcendence tier. Both Widowmakers just mechanically insane so far. And yeah, 2-2. This is Ty, compared to last year. I don't know if you remember. This is already closer than a lot of our beginning stage matches.
I remember last year. I think that there was one out of all of the games. I think there was one that went to 9.
Wow.
If that, there might have been 0. But
yeah,
this year we're already got 1. So
very impressed so far with the skill of all of our players, going incredibly close. Let's hope it continues in. And now our Transcendence tier players kind of jockeying for position, doing a bit of a rotation there. And oh my goodness, these shots! Great shot there from Raging. Up now 3-2, 3 in a row for them.
You know, Raijin is the god of thunder, and his performance has been electric. It is just unbelievable.
Doing a fantastic job. There's the first jump shot coming out from Charybdis. They're going to take it. Wow. These Widowmakers they're just on something else.
You know what this is? This is an unstoppable force versus another unstoppable force.
It's like for
immovable objects.
It's like when if people are familiar with Nardwar, the interviewer, when they interviewed Eric Andre, two unstoppable forces in one. Highly recommend that if you're fans of either. A fun watch. But all right, yeah, both here 3-3. Next shot here next winner here will go to match point in our first to 5. Charybdis definitely has a clue here. Looks like Raijin a little confused where their opponent is, searching around. But Charybdis having the first, both getting the first shot off almost simultaneously, but neither connecting just yet.
Yeah, I mean, this might be one that goes down to the objective, but you got a little bit of a haircut there, Raijin. Charybdis wants to take him down.
Well, now, yeah, tough spots for the Widowmakers. Honestly, I was gonna say Raijin had probably had the advantage there with a little bit more open before walls went up, but Charybdis taking advantage of it still. So now 4-3 match point here for Charybdis.
Yeah, there's still definitely room for Raijin to squirm his way back in, but I want to bring to light how much more sneaky these players have been than we saw in the previous 2 rounds. They're playing so slow. Careful!
Oh.
And Raijin might need to be a little bit more careful to win this.
Wow, yeah, Raijin pretty aggressive positioning there, to say the least. Kind of out in the open, but it pays off!
Never mind. I'm sorry I said anything.
2 9s back to back. My goodness, Ty.
There's already been more 9s this year than there has been last year or last season, and it's just round 3. This might be an omen for the rest of the night.
Crazy. We went to round 7, I believe. Charybdis, though. There it is. Pretty aggressive for both sides there, but they will get the victory here and move on to the next stages. But wow, fantastic job there from both Widowmakers.
Yeah, again, these are 2 players I think could be threats to win the whole entire Tranquility section or Transcended section. Because those were some incredible performances, and I know Frozen is another excellent player. You know, the player he played against in the round 1, and again, Charybdis just taking down 2 of the top players and top teams in Transcendence. He might just steamroll his way to the finals.
Exactly. And speaking of steamroll, let's try to steamroll through our goal here this week. We, of course, event week here in Tranquility. We are trying to support the Project Hope campaign, #Hope for Ukraine, #Trank for Ukraine. Trying to raise $5,000 here through the Tranquility community. Halfway towards our goal. We'd love to see some donations, ! Donate in chat. But all right, going back here to our Harmony tier matchup, we're going to be going into our second matchup here in round 2. We're going to have Phoenix from the Big Bang Buccaneers going against Widowmaker from Galactic Penguins. And look, I don't know if one of the 2 here has an advantage, but I mean, if we're just going off of name alone,
Phoenixes are pretty cool birds. So
Phoenixes are very cool birds. Well, all right, we'll see how Widowmaker does here against Phoenix. Phoenix doing our was it montage, I believe, yesterday. Did a fantastic job with that, so thank you to them so far here with the DPS
so
for the Big Bang Buccaneers, helping replace Yeti's role here a little bit this season. But wow, you're right, both Widowmakers just decking it out. That was like a 1930s boxing match. No blocking, no defense, just fists each way.
No thrills, no nonsense. Just put the crosshair on the enemy player and go.
It's shooting until whoever connects the most, and Widowmaker gonna take that first one. But now both our Widowmakers, another aggressive positioning, going up straight to that high ground. But taking the angle, a little bit more protection here, I guess.
Yeah, it's like Phoenix can't grapple up. That's the second time they missed the grapple.
Well, I like that they're at least taking their time, waiting for their cooldown. Cooldowns, of course, lowered a little bit here. But Phoenix just standing in the open up top here, trying to get that angle here into Widowmaker. And they're going to try to go for the 360. Try to go for it. I respect it.
Just walking up to him, you're not even looking at him like, I don't need to see you to kill you.
There's some high sense for you, though. Widowmaker really rocking some high sense. Finally available for you, Ty. They're going to go up 2-0 here so far.
I mean, these nerves, he says, but Phoenix might need to try and play a little bit more around these sneaky positions. Playing out in the open has not been working well.
It hasn't so far, but they've definitely got the most shots off this round, at least here so far. The tree really kind of dodging and weaving there for Widowmaker, and it's going to work out in their favor. Able to duck around just enough and then get their shot off finally. So up 3-0 here. Yeah, they're shaking so far.
I mean,
breathe. No,
the
I can't spell. I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah,
I was tired. It's all right. They're listening to stream. Just breathe.
Phoenix finally recognizing the power of the tree.
I like it. I respect it. Nature's on our side. Take these little blocks here to your advantage. All right, Widowmaker. Oh, going right in, going for the 360. Oh, no!
You landed it! You absolute!
Oh my gosh! Oh, that was wonderful. That was wonderful.
Not believe what I just saw.
That was nuts. Well,
4-0 at the moment for Widowmaker.
Wow, that's the one you normally try to end on. I wonder what they're gonna go for here, because that's a tough one to top.
Yeah, I mean, 360 random flick like that.
Ooh. Oh,
Okay.
Phoenix, hey, coming back after taking the first shot there, but not fully charged from Widowmaker. So Phoenix take advantage of from their next fire, and they bring it back here, 4-1 now.
Yeah, not going down without a fight again. Reversible territory. We almost saw it happen earlier. We might see it happen again.
Oh,
Ooh, never mind. I'm sorry.
wow. Never mind, our Widowmaker winning 5-1 here, pretty dominant fashion. Had some pretty crazy shots on their side there, but Phoenix able to take a couple overway. Has to be. I mean, I don't know if 360s are taken into effect. Yeah, okay, this is the 360. I clipped it, so we'll be able to watch it again later on during halftime. But wow,
God, what a shot.
That's got to be shot of the night so far.
Yeah. I mean, shot of the night so far, absolutely. Just the fact that he 360'd it is the icing on the already very, very delicious cake.
Yeah, that was wild, to say the least on that shot.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna be getting into our next lobby. Back over now to the Discord tier, and two names definitely known here in Tranquility. We have Capital from SEAL Team Spuds going against Icy from Inferno Foxes. Both winning in their first round. Looks like Capital ended up having a bye there. Then Icy just winning 5-4, barely getting the W in their match here. So they're going to be coming into Capital, who seems like got that forfeit, so didn't have a chance to really shoot in their first round here. So Icy's coming off 9 rounds. They got a little bit of practice.
Yeah, a little bit of practice, but as the tournament goes on, that practice might turn into pain as the burnout might just set in. But again, skin competition. Icy has a cleared here.
Oh yeah, it's a really solid skin. And talking about solid, Capital 6. Oh, barely still up. But I like this aggressive take here now from Icy.
One thing that can happen when you get the other Widowmaker really low is you just freak out and start spamming shots. Realistically, a health advantage in this game mode means nothing unless the other player starts panicking. If you start panicking without and you don't have a health advantage, then you're gonna lose. As long as you stay calm, health advantages generally do not matter.
Exactly. You know, your opponent's getting more worried about the fact of how low their health is anyway. So keeping cool, calm, collected there and just going for that second headshot normally enough. But aggressive takes here from Icy, not afraid to get right to Capital's face.
Does the Jerry jump and pulls it off, and again, another time where there's only like the forehead visible and you click on it. Good job.
Very good job indeed. Up 2-0 here now. Capital, you need to get a win here. Definitely from any of our players haven't gone down past 0-2, I believe. Already could have forgotten the mental math on that, so I was trying to keep note of that. So a pretty important round here. Hard to come back from after 3. And there it is. A shot coming from Icy, but not charged up enough. 17 health remaining for Capital is enough to finish it.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. I was gonna try and have some good analysis, but I can't think of anything. Just unfortunate.
This is a weird night to be doing analysis anyway, so perfectly fine here. And now Icy, they're really liking this angle, right? They're really coming this way.
Oh, a little bit of a wuss play, not going for that shot, and Capital punishes him for it. You gotta be more confident with your shots. Capital's gonna show you why.
Now 2 now for Icy, where they've connected but not been fully charged enough. So, you know, maybe they need to calm down, slow down here a little, make sure they're fully charged because they're clicking heads. But, you know, and they're clicking heads first. They're just not charging up long enough.
Doesn't matter if you have 100% crit accuracy if all your crits do 2 damage.
Yeah, because each one, Capital's left with about 20 HP. So, you know, in terms of Widowmaker shots, more of a substantial amount than you're kind of used to on those close ones.
I mean, these shots from Icy, they're clipping off hairs. They're so close.
Wow, it's ridiculous how close a few of these have been. Only about another 10 seconds now until we're going to have walls turned on here for both of the Widowmakers. Right now, Capital probably will have a bit of an advantage in this positioning, so it's up to Icy to rotate here.
Walls should be enabled. Yep, there it is. Whichever Widowmaker is more patient, likely to win this out. Grapple through a wall, potentially. Or past a wall, I should say. Might be the thing that they need. Icy gets onto the objective. Capital has to push onto it to prevent the cap. They're just gonna be waving to each other. Oh, that's aggressive from Icy! Tries to get the shot, doesn't quite land it. It's just a brawl at the close range. Both of them are low HP. Capital goes down. 44 damage remaining.
Yeah, just enough there. It's always when you can get into that stage, as long as you're able just to kind of spam click a little bit. But Capital probably getting a little worried there when they both went to the point. That grapple took them a little further off point than they were probably expecting.
Yeah, just a little bit further. And this is one of those positions where you can really get the mind games. Grapple up, trying to be aggressive.
Aggressive indeed. And Icy juggling, peeking there behind the tree again. Saw good success in our last round from that. And now they're going to match point here.
Yeah, Icy playing pretty foxy right now. That is a pun based on the team name.
That was good. I like that one.
Thank you.
That was a good pun. Oh, wow.
Well,
There we
very
go.
Foxy indeed.
Wow. Quick shot there from Icy at the end. Ended up keeping that one very close. Capital giving us 0-4 LMAO. I don't think Caps had the best luck during Widowmaker 1v1s in their Tranquility tenure. So, are we gonna see both? We're gonna see both included in this play of the game here. Hold on, I have never seen this before. 2 deaths. Let's see.
Really?
It
No,
should.
I think it's
yeah, it is. There it is.
Looked off.
Wow, that's kind of cool. not something I'm used to seeing.
I think I only have seen that one time before. That's amazing.
I've definitely seen some where it's been a little bit of a delay showing, and then they've gone to the next play of the game, but that's the first time I've seen someone get 2 kills back to back. That was pretty cool. All right, now I'm going to head over to the Transcendence tier. We have Phone going against Chief. Chief, of course, going to be coming from the Billings Bloomers, and then Phone from Devil Dukes. So a little marsupial head-to-head here in the Transcendence tier.
Wait, Billings Boomers? What's the marsupial there? Is it
Billings
Billing?
Boomers is also marsupial, I
Yeah, but
believe.
like which word is a marsupial
Oh,
animal?
they
Is it
ran out of
Billing?
names. They ran out of animals. I
Couldn't
mean,
have done like a
no, the logo. It's a kangaroo for the logo.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have done I guess you have Koala Kings, so the Kangaroo Conquerors. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
we'll put it in with Navino, and you can trademark that one if you want. We'll see if they end up taking that for their 38th Tranquility team. But always thankful for that org for keeping teams in here with us. But all right, we have the head matchup here going so far. Widowmakers being a little reserved, Phone holding a good angle here, knowing where their opponent is. And now both going pretty close head to head here.
I was about to say this is much more passive than the first Trank round, but they are going so much more aggressive right now. Just diving in. Are these Widows or Winstons? I cannot tell.
I know, my goodness. And now we have walls for each side. We're trying to fall onto their opponents. We have both doing the shuffles, trying to not expose the head as much as possible. And Chief making the mistake of going too high up, and Phone takes advantage of it. Hits them right when they're at the peak of that jump there.
Fly too close to the sun and you get a bullet between your eyes. That's just how it works sometimes.
Unfortunately. So, and now we go into our second round here, Phone with the early advantage so far.
Oh my goodness. I saw a world in which Chief landed that shot, evened it up.
It's a nice world.
In the chat, I just could see it sit.
Oh. Well, again, aggressive. 6 HP left for Phone, though. Chief just needs to have quick little charge up on a shot here. It's really down to Phone here to be able to get a good enough angle and have enough time to even get a shot off with it.
Losing that grapple might have costed a little bit of time. The walls are going to be more impactful for Chief because he doesn't need to get the full charge shot.
Exactly. Oh, right in each other's faces there. Well, goodness, that was an intensive one. And then back again, right in each other's faces. There's the shot there from Phone. Takes him down to 25, but oh, Chief still has the angle at the end, and it works out in their favor. Ties it up here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... These rounds are so passive until the Infrasight comes on, and then they just go. They just run in, and they land the shots. It's been very, very slow, and then all of a sudden burst of speed.
Neither Widowmakers so far in this matchup really going for those early grapple hooks, which, I respect. They're respecting each other and realizing if they're doing that, probably putting a bigger target on their head than taking a shot at their opponent.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but then Chief immediately, he has the low ground. I have the high ground. I have the higher ground, but now they're on even ground. Don't know how that's going to work. And Phone. Nice little drop shot there.
Very nice shot indeed. Getting 2 connections again in that round, going up 2-1 here. Very close here between both of our marsupial players here so far.
Yeah, I mean, marsupials, they give birth weird. I don't know why I added, but Chief just wants me to shut up.
Wow, interesting position so far. We haven't seen tons of real rotations from both of our players yet. They're kind of going for that lower ground approach or straight in each other's faces. And I'm gonna guess we'll see some straight in each other's faces here in our 5th round.
Chief just walking into no man's land as if nothing bad will happen. Both grapple up. And
wow,
Chief, he's got out.
Yeah, Chief deciding to go for the control point capture a minute before it opens, and not working out in their favor there. Yeah, damn indeed. Phone with a great shot there before they could get to cover, so Phone now with the advantage.
That is Chief disrespect. Like, I don't even know what you expected to happen. You grapple into nothing just to try and walk into cover. You might need to put a little bit more respect on this man's name.
A little bit indeed. And now, just instead, I'll put some respect on their name by attempting to grapple straight into them.
They both just turned around and looked away.
Oh, both trying to get an angle on each other here. Jockeying between high and low ground pretty interchangeably with only 10 seconds left, but I don't even know if we're going to get that far. Both Widowmakers seeming to stick to this position here.
Oh, Chief doesn't quite get up to the high ground, tries it, but the grapple is just a little bit too short. And
tough spot for Chief.
Yeah, Infrasight enabled with a little bit of this low ground disadvantage. Even just a small smidgen can be impactful.
For sure. They're going to have to get the point here pretty quick. Oh, wow. Chief with, that was just the smallest of windows to aim coming through the wall there. Wasn't even enough time for Phone to react, and tying it up now, 3-3.
Yeah, I think, excuse me. Phone let off his bullet a little bit too early. Chief had an open window to come in, get the shot, and Phone shooting a wall doesn't quite find what he's looking for.
Ooh. Phone connecting there, no headshot. Able to see the reg with that shot there, and wow, Chief's has been probably the most aggressive I think we've seen out of our Widowmakers here tonight.
Maybe in the Transcendence, but I mean, we've definitely seen some extremely aggressive Widowmakers, and it's starting to pay off for him. Match point in his favor.
That's right. 4-2 here. See if we're going to tie it up here. 4-3, excuse me, in our 8th round, or if we're going to go to another round 9 here, and it's going to come down to really how Phone handles this. Chief's going to be in their face, I'm sure, and you see Phone was keeping a little reserved, and now going to try to play around the trees. Yeah, just going to already fall down. Didn't want to be in the open for too long.
You know what this is? This is a battle of golden gun versus better skin.
Ooh. I know. Chief coming in with a very clean, just golden gun standard skin. And,
yeah.
Phone rocking a little more. But there's the first shot. not moving, 6 HP, not the combo you want to have, but that's going to give us a round 9 here. 3 round 9s already, 6 matches in. That's 50% for all of you out there who didn't like statistics, and that's a pretty good stat. That also means, Ty, it's going to be a long night.
Very, very long. We're going to be up here until the waning hours of the moon's fall. And I mean, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too, because that means more time to help donate to our event week here, and we're going to see phone continuing on during that event week here in our Widowmaker 1v1s. And remember, !donate if you would like to get involved. Every little bit helps. Thank you to Mr. Yeti there with the $5.35 donation, helping to get things kick-started here. Let's see some continuations there, everybody, and continue on through. And congratulations there to Phone, getting the play of the game at the end, as well as the victory, as they're going to be continuing on here into round 2. But we have still half of our round 2 matches left to go here. We're going to have the Harmony tier matchup now coming around next, and that is going to be Yeast from the Amateur Professionals versus Bonkor from Frost Nova. Bonkor getting that first round victory over Mira from the kind of gatekeepers. So Yeast coming into this one a little colder here for the Harmony side.
So somebody said earlier in chat, and I'm going to take their word for it, that it's Booncore.
Booncore. That sounds way more familiar. I've definitely produced their match, and I totally forgot that it's totally... Booncore sounds way better. But I do like Bonkor. If I need to make an alt account, I'm probably going to go with something involving Bonk. I like Bonk. Bonk's one of my favorite terms.
Yeah, it's a very versatile term that can have a lot of usage, and Booncore, not quite sure where the other player's playing. These are so aggressive.
I love Harmony tier matchups. They're just they have no regard for their humanity, for their opponent's humanity, and they're like, you know what? We're just gonna go straight in each other's faces. More head to aim for, the closer you get. Am I right?
They say life finds a way, but I'm gonna find it first. That's the logic Booncore is trying to work with right now.
I like it. Ooh, the jump shot close for them, and a great connection on the Yeast. And gonna take a quick 0-2 here so far. That was a very quick start.
Yeah, it takes 2 for him to take out the opponent in that round. And I gotta say, last season, if I remember correctly, Frost Nova, they had a really good performance in the playoffs.
Yes. Getting to the Final Four, if I remember correctly, and having a great season here so far. Yeah, Frost Nova, one of the teams to be looking out for here. In the Harmony tier, of course, Amateur Professionals not having a bad go of it either. I don't have the rankings off the top of my head, but both players having a pretty good Harmony tier so far. But right now, 3-0 here for Booncore. And yeah, looking pretty good so far. Going 5-2 in that first matchup here. And we will see how Yeast is able to react.
Yeah, I mean, if Booncore keeps playing this match point very quickly, he doesn't want this night to be lasting very long at all. And if he keeps playing like this, the season might not last very long either, because an excellent performance right now.
That it is. I won't forgive them. They were trolling our casters last week, I believe, one of my last broadcasts with them. They were pulling out the Bastion on Kings Row, and they're just trying to make me work for it here. Again, holding middle of the ground here by the statue. Yeast gonna end the sweep here on the side. Got one shot there. Gonna give us the spray. Yeah, teabag's able. Event week. Yeah. One huge benefit of this: get your bags out now, because next week we're not going to be so kind.
get it out of your system and get it out of your system. And Booncore's getting him out of the lobby. Does not want to look at that player any longer. Yeast is going home.
They are 5-1 through the end of it. Yeast going to get the play of the game though at the end with I hate that schematic. I grew up in the country with like a pesticide GMO grown spiders. So, yeah, I've seen some spiders in my life, and I don't like. I don't like it. My fiance hates spiders more than me, so it ends up coming back to me in the long run. So life finds a way, as you said.
Life finds a way. But one more thing I want to mention about that matchup. The only team to take maps off of Amateur Professional so far this season was actually Frost Nova.
Well, there you go.
But Frost Nova ended up losing that series, so there's a little bit of revenge potentially from Booncore. Like, sure, you might have beaten me then, but who's winning an event week now, punk?
That's right. Well, all right, off to the Discord tier we go. Frost Surge, we have Scarecrow going against the Magpolar from the Cosmic Castaways.
It's pretty cool.
Sorry about there, Ty. I was going to finish talking, but absolutely had one of the biggest sneezes of my life. Luckily, I was able to mute myself because that would have blown some ears, let me tell you. And we're going to see who's going to end up blowing some heads. I don't like the sound of that. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, I don't like that. But all right, Magpolar. Polar, that is correct. Here for Cosmic Castaways on the Widowmaker. Not the hero I've known them for, so interested to see how they're going to fare in tonight's matchup.
I was about to say, I recognize Scarrow because if I remember correctly, they either won or were in top 4 last season.
Yeah,
for the
that's ringing a bell. I need to start keeping track of this to supply to our broadcast for event week every year. I might take an hour and go through. And Polar says they're taking their time with the matchup too. 1-1 here. Great shot from out of them.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it's going to be a very explosive match. And if we're talking skin advantage, Scarrow's got it in the bag.
Oh my goodness. Well, 2-1 here in their favor so far. 2 quick starts. First round taking a little longer, and I mean, goodness, already threw 2 more onto our 4th point now. We're going to see Scarrow's POV to open up here. Pretty reserved starts for both our Widowmakers, and both kind of going for that high ground, it seems.
Yeah, just taking it slow, take your time, or just not.
Wow.
Just go back and forth every single round, kill the enemy player. As I say, you're taking it slow, go as fast as possible just to upset me. All right.
Wow. Good shot there. 2-2, Polar tying it back up. Both of theirs been pretty quick shots on both parts. I think on both of their rounds might have been their first shot has ended up connecting. So, not a bad statistic to have there on each side. Widowmakers, though, finding each other back at the spawn there for Scarrow.
Scarrow's kind of cornered here with the positioning. Magpolar's got them in a little bit of a tight spot, but Magpolar's now had a reverse and doesn't care. He doesn't matter. First person to take 2 back-to-back rounds. In this game specifically.
Yeah, great job there on their side. And now we're going to be seeing a 2-3 matchup. Gonna watch Magpolar's POV here. Both going to that reverse coast. I'm trying to think of a good name for non-coast side. I don't like non-coast. I like reverse coast. It sounds cooler. Graffiti. Yeah. Okay. Good call. You know the call out's a little better than I do there. I like graffiti.
Call out. I just made it up.
I'm cool with that being as a call out. I don't know how often the competitive 1v1 scene is seen here to make enough call outs to yourself on Castillo here, but I'll go with graffiti for the rest of the week here. We're gonna be seeing a lot of this map this week. We've already seen a good amount of it. We're gonna see even more.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, with Scarrow being a competitor in the top 4 last season, he just got taken down 5-2. Magpolar not even breaking a sweat.
Gosh, not at all. Magpolar, was that 5 straight, I think, at the end, right? If I'm remembering that correctly. Did Scarrow get the first 2, or was that a 1-1 and then...
It was 1-1 back and forth, and then Scarrow, I believe, got... So it was, I believe, 3 in a row? Could have been 4 in a row. Well, yeah, it was 3 in a row, or 4 in a row, apparently, because Magpolar won the next... Like, it was 2-1 in favor of Scarrow. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, yes. Well, a good job either way there. We are going to be seeing Magpolar continuing on to our next round. That's going to take us to our next spot here inside of the Transcendence tier, returning back for our 3rd matchup here in the tier, and we're going to be having Calypso from Sigma, and I think that they go by Flawless is how you would pronounce that then, from Puerto Rico. Flawless winning in the first round, I think in a forfeit over attempt. I don't know if they were able to make it, but all right, we have another matchup here. Transcendence tier-wise, already going to hop in. Thank you to our lobby host tonight, Mr. Yeti and Seraph, have been getting me back and forth between lobbies. It has been an absolute joy, benefit, amazingness. It's been so helpful. Previously, we've had things where I think there was one time I tried to cast, produce, and I lobby host. Oh. And yeah, don't want to recommend that. But all right, Calypso getting the first connection.
I mean, and the second as well.
And
Why
the
not?
second.
Yeah, 2 shots, 1 kill. It's a
shots.
good start from Calypso.
2 shots, 1 kill, not bad whatsoever. We would like to see 2 shots also coming out from our community in terms of donations tonight. 1 so far. We would love to see a second here to match Calypso's 2-shot kill as well. Trying to make transitions with that however I can. I'm going to make even worse ones throughout the night, so make sure you're staying tuned for that.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out transitions, but I can't think of anything that isn't, like, straying too far in one direction. But Calypso, not straying too far in either direction, straying just the perfect amount.
2-0, looking pretty good here so far. Reserved, again, from our Transcendence tier players here. It seems like we'll have a slightly reserved, or they seem reserved, because then our next matchup is 2 Harmony tier players that are kind of just like rams going straight into each other, trying to win off melee damage. So...
No, headshot only mode.
Exactly. So
realize for the 8th melee, they're like,
wait a second, I don't know if I can get damage from this. Well, regardless here, Calypso going for their 3rd or 4th 360 attempt here. Seems like every grapple they're just going for the style points, but not needed. It seems like too much. 3-0 up for them already.
This player has turned 1080 degrees just from trying to trick shot, and the one shot that landed was not involved with the trick shot, so I think that tells you all you need to know.
There we go. Now, gonna see how our players react here. Of course, 3-0 here for Calypso. Time to see if they're able to come up. They're taking an aggressive stance here, kind of in courtyard, really pushing into into the half of Flawless here.
Yeah, there's no respect from Calypso. This yeah, I'll just walk into you. What are you gonna do about it? 360, don't quite land the shot, but you'll land the follow-up, so why not?
Good shot indeed. And now, yeah, you almost had the 360 there. We'll see if they can try to do it at their next attempt. Looking to have our first sweep of the night. Haven't had one just yet. Calypso just seeming to have some better connections, and that is a way to stop a reverse sweep. Woohoo! What a shot.
Revenge is sweet, and I believe Calypso after that one might be a little sour.
Yes, oh my goodness. The 360 jump to an aerial Widowmaker, one of our shots of the night for sure there. And now we're going to see if they can try to go for the reverse sweep. Now they're on the attack. They're the ones going aggressive, and now they're the ones getting the kills.
Turns out the Harmony strategies were right all along. Don't worry about strategies and playing safe. Just run
go.
Melee them to death. Figure it out.
My goodness. Looking pretty good to say the least, but already there it is. Calypso going to end it with the spawn shots for each. And with that, Calypso going to be moving on.
Calypso, a little bit toxic if you ask me.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Wait, was this the 360 shot? Yep. All right. You got my respect, Mark.
Oh, that was nice. That was clean. That was very clean. And now, gonna be going into our final round 2 matchup here in the Harmony tier. This is going to be deciding our final semi-final spot for our Harmony tier side. We're going to have Null from the Koala Kings going up against Hanzuki from Chrysalis. The winner of this going to be going against Boomcore, who definitely looking like going to be a difficult next round for them, but we'll see who's gonna fare best here as we go in. And just a reminder, a couple more matches here before we go into our break, and so let's try to end here with some donations. And there we go, we have a $20 donation from Charybdis. They said $10 for every round I win. Well,
$20 tonight, Charybdis. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, that's, you know, do it just to do it to spite Ty, not even to help charity now. Go for
I'll donate 30, 40, 50 even. I don't care if there's 4 rounds, I'll win 5.
Oh, well, Null picking up their first round win here tonight with a good shot there onto the vertical flying Hanzuki. And now we're going to see who is able to pick up this round 2 matchup. Ty, so far, not a little more reserved for what we've seen out of some of the Harmony tier.
Yeah, I mean, they're The last round looked like Harmony with the aggression. This one looks a lot more passive and laid back with the, passivity. And it's definitely a nice change of pace.
Harmony with aggression is how I distinguish between our two Harmony tier directors, between Thuggington and Sneaky Kitten. I just say Sneaky Kitten's just Thuggington with a little more aggression. No, I kid, of course, two of the nicest people I've met here in Tranquility. But Null not being too nice, up 2-0 here so far. And, yeah, slower matchup, but they're definitely looking a little stronger here with some of their positioning. Taking a little bit tighter of shots. And the spawn shots almost backfiring on them. Hanzuki just barely enough time, didn't get it fully charged up, and oh my goodness, I think Statue saving Null there with that shot.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of being too high, can't quite reach the head hurt box, and with how things are going, Hanzuki has the HP advantage, but as I said earlier, sometimes that can just mean nothing, and
yeah,
Null with the high ground here might be able to land a shot on Hanzuki's jumping around, trying to bait him. So low HP on both sides, and Null gets the final shot.
Good job there from Null. Not sure of the full HP on that first one, but regardless, 2 connections in a row. I will pretty much guarantee a win in Widowmaker. 1v1s here, if able. I don't think I've ever seen a time where 3 shots have been needed, but probably wasn't looking for it anyway. So there we go. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that for tonight. And wow, look, positioning for Null here. I like it, but going for the 360.
Not again.
Style points doesn't count for 2. It counts for 2 in our book, so impress Ty and I, please. But I promise it won't. It's not going to give you an extra point here on the scoreboard.
It's not impressing me. I'm just sick of seeing everybody just throw their mouse across their desk. Like, just click the enemy player. Stop 360.
No, continue with it. It's fun for a reason. It looks nice on my camera if I catch it.
I mean, a 5-0 would also look pretty nice if you're Null.
That it would. No 5-0s yet tonight. It would be our first one. We'll see if they're able to here, or if Hanzuki's able to turn it back here in their favor. So all going to be coming down now to Null.
Yeah, I mean, ooh, Hanzuki barely keeping their head alive. The 360 not quite working out that time for Null.
No, not really. And both Widowmakers sticking in their spots and gonna turn out there with Null falling. Hanzuki gonna bring it back 4-1 now. Both Widowmakers not really changing their positioning up. They're kind of in a. It seems like they're getting comfortable knowing where their opponent is and knowing which angles they can take to get there, and aren't giving enough time to really reposition. And speaking of not enough time, there it is. Null gonna finish it off and take the final semifinal spot here in our Widowmaker 1v1s for the night. We're going to be seeing them a little bit later, but 2 more matches left before we continue. We go to our first break of the evening, and we're going to see who gets our final Discord tier spot just after this. Break. Yes, 2 more.
So, I was really hoping, nothing against anybody here, but I was hoping that one would be a 5-0, so I could have made a joke about, he managed to win it 5-0. But Null just had to lose that one round to 360ing. That's why I didn't want to see the 360, because now my pun is ruined, but you know what? It's fine. Not a big deal.
It's close enough. So here we go. Captain Nibbles from Ragnarok Fenrir going up against Zetsu from Space Created. Going to be taking on the final spot and going up against Magpolar in the next round. We're excited to see how our final matchup goes here. Both winning in their first round. Wow, Zetsu. If our tournament is set up correctly, 5-0 in that first round. I'm guessing it was a 5-0 and not a forfeit, because normally we mark it a little different. And then a 5-3 ended up coming out in line there for Zetsu over, Captain Nibbles over Turtle, VP of Redacted. So interesting. That might have been the first 5-0 of the evening. Not sure, but we'll see if they can, continue that on here in the broadcast, or if Captain Nibbles is going to get the better of him.
Yeah, Zetsu just kind of diving into Nibbles for a moment there. And fun fact for everybody, this is the first time that you will be watching a Space Created player on stream play the game, and that's a great first impression.
Yeah, that it is. Getting the first kill here. Getting the nice shot in chat, of course. Always good manners here to see that out of our players. I'm always happy when they do so. And now we're going to be seeing if they can continue on here and make a name for themselves. Space Created But let me check. I have my sign-up sheet over here on the right. I think we're going to be seeing some more of them in Stage 2. That we are. We're going to be seeing them in a couple of weeks in a featured match against Kuwoka, actually. So, not the first, maybe the first, but not the last time we're going to see them here. And not their... if you're Captain Nibbles, you're hoping that was not just their first, but also, their first, but not their last death in this Widowmaker 1v1, tied 1-1 now.
Yeah, just trying to find these little bits of positioning. Remember, the most important part to start off a Widowmaker 1v1 like this is if you can get information while keeping information away from the other player, you have a significant advantage. The grapple reveals Nibbles' position. No longer do they have the sneaky factor. Zetsu knows where they are.
Zetsu seem to be in a better spot, but both kind of grappling right off a cooldown, so both kind of doing it at the same time, but now they're in each other's faces.
Yeah, this is extremely aggressive. Just throwing out grapples, throwing out bullets, throwing out everything in the kitchen sink too. It's oh, caught the shadow, knew where you were gonna fall from it. The walls are now enabled, so it's all about this aggression factor, and it looks like Nibbles has got it in the bag.
Yeah, that was a bold jump to able to get to point and take the advantage if we needed to get to spawn point. Only happening in one round so far tonight, back for Capital, I believe it was, in the Discord tier. So gonna get the shot though before we need the control point to unlock. 2-1 here for Nibbles now, Captain Nibbles. And going for that graffiti side again. There you go, Ty. We're gonna make that a thing.
Yeah, I feel very gratified and very very good. Very. Zetsu doesn't know where he is. Zetsu's got no clue.
Zetsu's trying to show, let me see some of the cinematic points of the map here. Showing off all around, but Nibbles gave up their positioning there with that grapple. So Zetsu again too, both kind of using the grapple to kind of, try to get a little bit of info, but just the sound of the hook itself gives away some more to your opponent there than these grand kind of in-air, almost like Pharah-esque stare downs of them trying to find their opponent might give them.
That was almost beautiful from Nibbles. Had the read that the grapple would come out, but dropped right as it did, so you can't actually hit that shot that you were trying to get the hard read on, and gets punished for it accordingly by Zetsu.
That is true. Yes, they did. And, one thing I don't want to punish is any of our community members, so please donate if you can to Event Week, ! Donate in the chat to pull up our site there and see some of our fantastic rewards. Still a lot left. You've already missed out on a couple of rewards. I myself had put up 2 rewards to have a hand-carved Overwatch logo for myself. So some people already missed out on those, but lots of other great ones. I believe we have one more left to get a plushie from Sneaky Kitten, so ! Donate to see that. But here we now on the statue. Wow.
About to be revealed right now at the 15-second mark. For those of you who don't know, that's when the outlines are enabled. That's when the infra sight is up. Both of these at the very, very close range. They're trying to get these shots to use the statue to their advantage. 1 HP for Nibbles! This would be such a comeback if they managed to get this alive and kicking. But Zetsu does not want to let that happen right now.
If you're Zetsu, you just hold back and wait for Nibbles to make the jump. Oh, maybe not. Wow, what a shot. Zetsu was just turning to the other side, it seems like there, and weren't able to get the flick over in time. The 1 HP and a dream comeback.
Yeah, that's one that's gotta hurt if you're Zetsu. You 5-0'd your round 1 opponent, and now you're staring down match point from Nibbles.
Wow.
A monstrous performance.
10-second turnaround already. Whole different matchup ahead of us. Yeah. Looking like it was going to be Zetsu going up on top, and then all of a sudden, now we're at match point. Ooh, but there we go. Zetsu going to try to get close to even it back up. We're going to go to our 8th round here. Need to win 2 more in a row here to make it a total of 3 in a row if they want to get out the victory here. But we're going to have a couple of game points for Captain Nibble first.
We've definitely seen it happen before tonight. There's been multiple in a rows. We've almost had a reverse sweep earlier, so it's definitely not out of the question. Looks like both players opting for graffiti this round.
Yeah, very slow, very cautious. trying to wait for their opponent to make more of a mistake. Nibbles going incredibly slow here, taking the first grapple, giving away their position. But I think, yeah, both Semi have an idea of where their opponent is. Maybe Nibbles has less of one. Oh, missed the grapple hook. He gave away the positioning, and Zetsu took advantage of it.
Man, you just give yourself out with a You get what's the word for, like, you know, you have a superhero who shines the light in the sky. What is the word?
Oh, like a spotlight?
Spotlight. Yeah, you use the grapple as a spotlight to give away your position.
Yeah. Look, here I am. Here I am. It's like Spider-Man sending a web up into the air. It's like, I wonder who that is.
Is that the Joker?
Exactly. Well, still going on this graffiti side. Nibbles keeping low here, and looks you saw it. They were thinking about the grapple, but decided against it. Had a little bit of not short-term memory loss there, remembering what just happened to them, and holds the position, and they're able to catch Zetsu off guard. And Captain Nibbles taking that final spot there into the semifinals. That last spot into the semifinals probably makes a little more sense there, but there we go. Captain Nibbles, fantastic job.
It ends up being Zetsu with the one with the short-term memory loss. Should have known that Captain Nibbles was going to come from the same angle they did frequent. I mean, that's just a filthy shot.
Very good shot.
Beautiful.
My goodness. Well, quick shout out. We had a $5 anonymous donation saying for the kids. That's right. Always for the kids. It doesn't matter what charity we're going to be supporting. Always for the kids. I have an idea of who that could be. But all right, now we're going to go to our last round 2 matchup before we go to a quick break. It's going to be us here in the Transcendence tier. We have Tempt from Rat Society going up against Nick from Carnage. And going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here to take this final spot. The winner going to be going up against, I think from Sigma, that would have been Calypso. So looking out for Calypso, who had a pretty dominant 5-1 win in the last round here. So excited to see how both players do.
Yeah, and at this stage in the night, we surprisingly still, 11 games in, have not had a single sweep.
Yeah.
Nick might just want to try and make it happen.
Yeah, really happy about that. Not something that we are used to in any way seeing. So impressed all around with our overall Widowmaker play, and even kind of looking at some of our other brackets, I believe. Let me double check before you know what? I just saw I might have messed up the stream there for a second. Sorry if I did not have the game on. But yeah, we missed a couple shots there. Sorry about that, stream. That's what happens when you produce and cast at the same time.
Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody judge him. He's doing his best.
But, well, also doing their best so far is Nick, up 2-0 here so far. But, takes the first shot, 155 HP down.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you say, oh, you can do your best, but your best isn't very good. But Nick's best is pretty darn good. And Tempt trying to show his best as well, and it's looking good as well.
That it is. 2-1 here. Gonna try to tie it back up here if they can. Definitely a momentum you would like to continue on if you're Tempt. But Nick going for that immediate grapple. There's the follow-up from Tempt, trying to take a little bit of space. And neither Widowmakers... Oh, actually, Tempt giving away the positioning a bit and then going right back to it. Ooh. But Nick looks away for just a second, and it costs him.
Yep. Managed to get that shot in the nick of time. Takes him out.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. I find every opportunity, and trust me, these puns are not temporary.
That was reaching a little bit. That was a little bit of a reach.
It was too tempting.
Okay, there we go. That's cleaner. That's cleaner. Well, 2-2 for both of our Widowmakers here, tying up our last round in round 2, determining our last semifinal spot in our Widowmakers. I think swapping spawns basically here, rotating the other side of the map, and both still holding. I mean, I'm not pretty aggressive points there. Nick just kind of out in the open, but really just relies on their aim there and takes it 3-2.
In theory, the wall would have been very helpful to Tempt, but the patterns were very predictable with how they were coming out and going back in, just like out, in, out,
in.
in.
Yeah.
And the same pattern of crouching as well makes it a very easy shot for Nick to land. I don't know why I'm doing such hardcore analysis for the Widow 1v1, but he gave it to me, Nick, so I can do it.
Now we got a lot of Widowmaker battles to go through. We'll probably go through the spectrum of what one can discuss about Widowmaker and matchups in general with this. And also, it's a fun one to try to do analysis on because it's not something you're really thinking about too much. It's not something we as casters or producers get to see a lot of. So it's fun to kind of branch out and experiment with these a bit. But wow, that's an odd one. Only 50 HP taken away with that first shot. So Nick then going to pump in a little more of a charge to clean up after themselves and take themselves to their first match point.
Yeah, it's just a little love tap just to dunk him straight back down to this grave as Nick trying to seal this one away with a potential 2-5 victory right here. But that's close from Tempt and not close enough, it seems.
Not close enough at all. Going to take our final spot here, closing off our first round, our first round on stream, round 2 overall, and great job there from all of our players so far. Been a real enjoyable one. Our first time, I think, that we haven't had a sweep on stream in our first round, so overall level of play really just increased from our Widowmakers here. And now, Ty, we're going to be going to a quick break here. Just going to take let's do like a 5-minute break just to give ourselves a couple minutes here to get ready. But we'll be coming back here very soon, everybody, so don't go away for too long because we'll be right back here with some more Widowmaker 1v1s.
hello everybody. Welcome back to the Widowmaker 1v1 tournament. We are currently just done with the quarterfinals, moving on to the semifinals in just a moment. But before we do, we have some charitable shilling to do, because just in case you forgot, we need to but let's try and get some more of these donations done, because tonight we are raising for Project Hope. And as you know, Project Hope is a global health and disaster relief organization. The campaign right now is Hope for Ukraine. As you all know, the conflict in Ukraine, trying to raise some money. Our goal for tonight is $5,000. Everything that gets donated will be going towards Project Hope. So let's try and make sure we get a little bit more donations in the chat. I will be donating based on how I feel, basically, at the end, because my wallet's looking a little bit slim, but I will be doing my best to do my part. So don't put yourself into debt, but also make sure that this is a very, very good cause. And if you don't feel like donating now, or if you have more money, for example, in the future, there are plenty more different charities to donate to with different causes. There are some for food, some for shelter, a lot of different things. But while it's an important thing to talk about, the important thing now is Widowmaker clicking heads.
That's right. We're going to have Harmony tier. We're going to start off with both of our semifinals here in the Harmony tier. We're going to have Widowmaker from the Galactic Penguins going against Senshin from the Turbo Throwers. And to piggyback off what Ty said there, if you're not able to monetarily help out with this week, I can tell you something you can do. My God, please DM Yeti or I. We would love some more help with the event week set up here, doing lobby hosting the next couple of nights, or assisting around with that. So, of course, thanks to everybody that's able to do so, able to donate, tune into the streams. You're all helping us out here. And helping themselves out so far is Widowmaker, up 1-0 here so far. And we will see if they're able to continue this streak. Just a reminder from those in our last matchups, Widowmaker ended up winning 5-1 over Phoenix, and Ascension 5-3 over King Yakko. So both Widowmakers doing a great job in their first match, and they've tied it up now 1-1 each.
Yeah, I was about to say Widowmaker is feasting for himself on some Shen Chen, but he's tied it up already. Very good play from the guy, and now just got to see who can take the early advantage here.
That's right. We have both Widowmakers playing a little more reserved than I remember their first matchups going. I think once you make it past that first round, you know, things start to feel a little more scared.
Ooh, again, HP advantage not always that important, but still having 54 HP does make you vulnerable to a quick shot.
Just like that.
Yeah. That's thesis statement and evidence. Makes you vulnerable to a quick shot. Gets hit by a quick shot.
It's I would say a caster curse, but I don't know if that's a curse. I think that's what casting is just pointing things out.
It's just a good read.
It's a very good read. Well, good reads needed on either side here in the semifinals for all of our Widowmakers. We're gonna see who's going to have the best reads here in this head-to-head matchup. The winner moving on to the finals, so guarantees you at least a spot in the top 6 across all Tranquility, top 2 in your tier for the winner of the matchup here tonight. So both going for the jump shot, and Widowmaker, the better of the two, both kind of right at the peak of that ellipse, getting the shot off, and fantastic shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close now that I think about it for the skin diff. Not as big as some of the gaps we've seen earlier, but I mean, even though Widowmaker is at a disadvantage, it would just feel like a disservice to have somebody named Widowmaker not make it to the finals.
Yeah, that does complicate things a little bit if so. And oof.
Yeah, that shot's not complicated at all. Just
no. Gonna do what they can, do their part to take down that trophy right there. 2-3, well within range for both of our Widowmakers here. The momentum, if Senshin can get a third win here to take us into our 7th round, will definitely be assisting them as we get closer and closer to that 5-shot win.
Yeah, it's a little bit caught in graffiti. Not a big opportunity for escape where they are, but there are some sneaky angles you can potentially take. Widowmaker just opts for a grapple.
Oh, that would have been a sick shot. Well, there was a sick shot. Whew. catching him just off the edge. And our Widowmakers here, you know, it seems like some of the difference going between our tiers in the Harmony, they're valuing information about their opponent more than they're valuing knowing their opponent has information over them. And not that time. When you're right out of spawn, that's just luck, honestly, half the time. But
the only information you need is, are they going to die now? Oh, look, they died.
Yep. I had my cursors at the right spot. Yes, they will. Well, here we go. Match point, first one of the semifinals. Going to be on the side of Widowmaker. 2 needed for Senshin, and whew, very close to each other. Not an angle we've seen too often.
Yeah, Widowmaker's playing with fire in that angle, and now, speaking of fire, burning his HP bar very, very low, 6 at the moment, and, you know, that's one of the rare occasions I've ever seen a HP diff matter.
Yeah, that was played out perfectly from them. And here we go. Round 9. Our first one of the semis. Drawing it out as close as possible. And now we're going to see both Widowmakers. I would say playing reserve, but Senshin almost completely shooting to the middle of the map there. That would have been aggression at its finest.
Potential bait, perhaps, to shoot the grapple out, make the other player think you're going out for an aggressive play, but Widowmaker doesn't fall for it. And now, as you said, match point for both sides. Tension is high. These players must be shaking.
Yeah, definitely. But aggression, nonetheless, from both with their positioning here. We're going to see, looks like Senshin's going to reposition a little more here than their opponent. Oh, gosh, just missing. Just missing.
Oh, manages to get the information. The walls are now enabled, so whoever peaks first is at a severe, severe disadvantage. But Widowmaker does not give a damn, gets the shot off, and takes out Senshin to take himself to the finals.
There it is. Well done from Widowmaker. Fantastic on both sides. Close as can be. Very good start to our semifinals. We are going to be seeing who they're going to face right away here. We're going to be doing our next Harmony tier matchup right now as we go back to our brackets here in a second to look and see. They're going to be going up against either Booncore or Null. One of the two going to be joining Widowmaker there in the finals. We will see who that's going to be right now, and then we will go through all of our semifinal matchups first, and then we're going to go through and do our finals after that. Looking at the paths to go through here, Booncore having to take a 5-2 and 5-1 victory. A pretty close one for Null as well, 5-1. And all right, let's get into our matchup here. Both Widowmakers going for their respective lefts, trying to find the positioning as best they can. A pretty early grapple from Null, but not able to find much off of it.
Yeah, Booncore has had a little bit of a break. Null a little bit fresher. The game was just played, but there's been a lot of love for Booncore in the chat, wanting the Booncore encore. So it's all about these sneaky angles, and Null has got them down pat. Never mind.
Had it down pat. Booncore takes the angle of their own, holds it really well. I mean, interesting there because Null knew exactly where they were. They were trying the best position for it, but you know, just the cover that was available for Booncore, you know, just enough, too much for Null to really take advantage of, and going to be holding a pretty high up top and going to use the trees to their advantage. But I like that pushing for Null if they continue. But I don't even know why I try to call out positioning in these Widowmaker 1v1s. It just gets negated instantly.
I mean, Booncore, that's just. He's the core of the show at the moment, if you ask me. That was a gorgeous shot, just diving past the trees. I know what you want to do. I'll take you out before you have a chance. And he gets taken out before he has a chance.
And gets to take it out before he has too much of a chance. Well, I mean, not much cover, especially if you're shooting from that angle where Null was, you know. Not really tons of map geometry to block through there. Really just relying on your own movement, on the light post being in between both now, but Booncore is able to find the angle through that and get the headshot. 3-1 now.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Null has played very well so far, I think Booncore has been one of the biggest threats to look out for so far for the players. Like, at the end when we do the 1v1v1 free-for-all, I think Booncore honestly might be advantaged despite being Harmony. Okay, Null putting himself in the conversation.
Null said, "There I am. Hello, hello. Take a look at me." Fantastic shot from them. Taking it 3-2 now. Gonna be again first to 5. Halfway through our first round there. Null just missing. Perfect angle, perfect weight. Booncore exposing themselves, almost taking the price for it. But there it is. Gonna take that shot on the Null. Give themselves match point now.
The competition for Booncore, though, never been higher. Null from Koala Kings, obviously, Marsupial Org, is very, very potent of an organization. And again, it's happening again. There's an opportunity for Marsupial players to win in all 3 of the divisions.
Well, we're going to see if they're able. They've got 3 in a row to win here. A good start is to get your opponent to 1 HP. I mean, just got to flick them. Just got to breathe in their general direction. But they got to get the angle first, and Booncore's going to play basically on the statue to try to limit that and give themselves the best chance of getting that shot onto Null.
There's only 6 more seconds until their outlines are revealed, and now both of them at very, very low health. Null at 30, and Booncore, as you said already, 1 HP, could not be any lower. If any amount of damage hits this guy, they are gone. Grapple shot high into this guy to try and take him out, and there it is! Booncore crushes the hopes and dreams of Koala Kings once again. Null taken down. Booncore in the finals.
There it is, and there's your Harmony Tier finals. Booncore going up against Widowmaker. We're going to be seeing that after we complete our final 2 tiers. We're going to be going to the Discord tier next. We'll pull up our matchups here in just a second, but one last look here at Null. A great grapple shot there. Thank you to them, but we will be seeing more of Widowmaker now and more of Booncore. But all right, now let's take a look at our Discord tier bracket. That's going to be the next tier where we're going to find our finalists. Our first matchup, we're going to be having Matson from the Quoke Queens versus Icy from the Inferno Foxes.
2 pretty good teams. You know, the Foxes org is one of those to rival the Marsupial org in my eyes. They have, I believe, 3 teams 2 seasons in a row, and all the teams are quite solid.
Very solid indeed. Have some good runs across. We saw Matson getting here by having a very close 5-4 win over Gliscor from Poseidon, and then beating Twists from Firefight in the first round 5-1, and then Icy also having 2 victories, having beating Capital 5-2, and then winning against Storm from Monarch off stream 5-4. So there we go. Round 1 already decided there over in the side of Matson.
It's one of those principles that you can... Oh my god, great shot from Matson.
Wow.
But it just continues what I was about to say. It's one of those principles you find in fighting games where the person you lose to in round 1, if they end up winning the whole thing, you can just be like, well, technically I could have been second.
Technically.
Because the other player's better. But, oh, what is this?
Ooh,
I see what's Struts.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Too
I don't
campy
like
for
it.
you?
I don't like it.
Matson knows something's up. He's sniffing it out.
Oh.
They know.
Oh, Icy tried there. And
They know.
Almost. Oh my goodness. Almost able to take them out on side. And there we go. Now with Widowmakers in each other's faces, there's the first shot each way. Matson just enough HP to outlive. 11 left. And, alright, that was the first time I've seen that strat in a Widowmaker 1v1 there, Icy.
Yep, Matson's having none of it. Melting down the ice, taking him down to his most pure form of losing is what he's decided.
All right, there we go. So, as we're looking through here, both of them on coast side. We have Icy kind of sticking back here a little bit, maybe trying to get a grapple onto tower. We have around statue Matson here hiding a little bit. It looks like just enough of the character outline showing to alert their enemy. And now just 30 seconds left. Been one of the slower starts for these two, but not anymore. In each other's face.
Lord.
And Matson setting themselves up 4-0 here.
Yeah, it's crazy. The most likely it feels any game's been to a 5-0 is in a semi-final game. And both these players looked pretty good in their first round that we saw on stream, so It's very surprising that Matson's taking it by storm so strong.
I know. Matson was up to a map 9 in their first stream match in round 2. All looking down to Icy now if they're able to continue. Matson had an idea of where they were, but Icy's continuing with that rotation, looking for the grapple now. And both Widowmakers just looking for that first angle on that first shot.
Yeah, this is a situation where they knew where each other were for a moment, but that moment is fleeting, and it's only 2 seconds left until they're seen through walls. The information war is disabled for the time being. Matson, that's just his crosshair moves so fast.
And that's some pretty high sensitivity there. And actually interesting, going up to the high ground with control point unlocking and giving up a good half there. They got to be careful if they go off of a point here with any grapple shot now.
Oh, this is just Icy's trying to survive. This is mission obtain survival. No other thoughts in brain. Just do not die to Matson. And the first bio.
There it is.
Been achieved. Matson with the performance of a lifetime.
Yeah, great job for them. They're going to be taking our first finals matchup in the Discord tier. Hopefully, we will have a well, not hopefully, we will have an opponent figured out for them after the completion here of our next Widowmaker 1v1. We're seeing the final shot as a remembrance here of that round. But not final is our campaign here for Tranquility, supporting Project Hope. Please, ! Donate in the chat if you're able to donate. We appreciate any and all help that we can get. But alright, let's get into our Discord tier here now. Take a look at our final matchup. We're going to be having Magpolar from the Cosmic Castaways going up against Captain Nibbles from Ragnarok Fenrir. And they will be going up against Matson, who we just saw have a fantastic start to their semifinals run, continuing now into the finals. And both players here had a pretty good run to make it into the finals. Magpolar ended up winning 5-2 over was it not Scarrow? That's what I ended up saying. Yeah. Scarrow from Frost Surge, and also winning against Zodiac from Valkyrie. And then we had Captain Nibbles taking a very close win over Zetsu from Space Created, and then also with what we think one of the real first 5-0 with the over Polar from Joey Esports. But there we go. Magpolar just coming out on top. Did take some damage early in that 1v1, but kept cool, calm, and collected, and were able to pick up that first round victory.
I mean, as the moment stands, I think that Captain Nibbles and Magpolar do have two somewhat low tier skins. So when it comes to that competition, it's pretty even. But you know, you can disagree with me all you want. Oh, the Widowmaker winner skiing skin is great. Then why haven't they landed shots? It's not because they're skills, it's because they're skins.
You know, we got to find any possible which way here when you're breaking down a fight like this. Well, there you go. 1-1 now with, I believe, is that the Shanghai skin?
Yeah, that's the Shanghai Dragons.
There we go. Not the worst skin. Although there are some OWL teams I support, I tend to go with more of the legendary skins instead, some of the event skins. The ski one, not my favorite in the world. I do like the gun on this skin. I think it's a pretty cool looking gold, but the skin itself just doesn't live up to it.
Yeah, the gun is nice, but let's not sugarcoat things. That's probably one of the level of quality that the skins have. That skin honestly doesn't quite meet it, from what I think Overwatch fans expect.
I mean, going to like winter skins, like, I mean, compared to like Snow Owl and like the level of intricacy with those, I mean, not even close. But Polar down low, well, even lower, 0 HP. We're gonna see Captain Nibbles going up now, 2-0.
Yeah, and you know, just the players play hide and seek, the casters play what's the skin.
Well, a little slower of a matchup that we've seen so far. Both players being pretty reserved, as I say, both going up no cover straight into high ground, and whew, a couple of haircuts early on.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a few people with early pattern baldness, and that's a neat little trick. I forgot about that one where you grapple right in front of you and you zoom towards the skybox.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even realize what that was. I did look over to the side and take a drink, so I might have missed that. I'll have to watch back for a second. Well, there we go. 3-1. Nibbles still staying on top so far in this fight. And looking in good place here. Polar's got a lot of ground to cover. 4 more wins left for them to win. Just 2 here for Captain Nibbles. Oh!
Not going down without a fight, though.
Not
Great
at
early
all.
grapple.
Great shot. We're going to definitely clip that one. That's worth watching again. The cactus says Nibbles.
I mean...
Might have missed that.
I feel that, too.
I might have missed the cactus bearing the grunt of that shot there. Mr. President, let me protect you in the only way I know how.
Get down, Mr. President. I am a cactus. You
I'm
will
a
survive.
cactus. I respawn every time, every round. It's okay. Well, both Widowmakers knowing each other's position. Nibbles taking definitely a less popular approach, but working out in their favor. 4-2 now for them and going to match point and trying to book that last spot to the finals.
Yeah, and it's a very close, contentious match to go into the player with debatably the most dominant performance so far with that 5-0. You got to be scared. Like, whoever wins this, you're like, okay, I barely made it out of there alive, and now I have to go into Madsen? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, don't envy that at all. Oh, gonna be a close one. There it is. Expecting Polar to continue on, and they're gonna pick up that final round win there. That's gonna be our last ticket booked there for the Discord tier. Here in our Widowmaker 1v1s. We have just a Transcendence tier left before we come around to our final rounds and then our show match. So if I'm doing the math right in my head, I think just 6 more 1v1s, but that's more than enough time. ! Donate to help support our event week here. Tranquility supporting Project Hope to help benefit Ukraine, refugees, and citizens. But all right, we're going to get in now to our first Transcendence tier match. I'm going to quickly show the bracket before we get in. We're going to have Charybdis going up against Phone, so the Decaps versus the Devil Dukes. Charybdis had a very close 5-4 in that first round, if I remember correctly, Ty.
Yeah, and he's talking crap in chat, too. I don't want to hear it. He thinks he can beat me in any game that I choose. If he can't beat Phone, well, got no confidence in you, bud. You can't beat me at chess. Okay, well, you take out Phone.
Yeah, they got Phone in that first part there. With a 174 shot, and then just finishing off with that second headshot to make do. Phone, both actually, in that last round, both of our players going to map 9. Charybdis did have a round 1 win over Epizeuxis, 5-3. So lots of rounds between both of these players on average there. We'll see if they can continue on with it here. Charybdis going to take a jump shot here now. Not able to connect just yet.
Just trying to get those better angles, potentially catch Phone unawares, and Phone was caught unawares.
Wow,
Great
good
shot from Charybdis.
Very good. 2-0 here. Definitely looked similar to how their last round went. Ended up still winning 5-4, but took an early lead here. We'll see if Phone able to come back here now. Both again pushing for that first spot into our finals here in the Transcendence tier. Her first shot missing a good grapple from Phone, and now both on coast side. Looks like Charybdis is going to reposition first here.
Just a little bit of footsies at the moment, and sometimes. Oh, what are you doing, Charybdis? You just taking your 2-minute break right there. Just
Yeah, it's my 15. I get my paid 15 every 3 hours. You know that. Well, I might have just hit the emote there on accident, or maybe I don't know. I guess the spot they were in with that little zoom out might have let them see around the corner. I have never attempted that tech here. I've definitely done that as Reinhardt, but not as Widowmaker. But Wall's up there. Oh, fantastic shot from Phone.
I'm not gonna let my man's breathe.
No, my goodness, right away. Great job. And all right, now we're gonna see. Sorry, my cat has joined me on my table, so I have to give some quick scratches. Thank you, Cleo. I've already fed her. She just wants attention.
As cats do. They're
Oh
greedy.
yes. Hey, careful. Very careful.
What?
You're talking to a cat dad here.
But you're not gonna hunt me down, and they. Is that a cat? Uh-oh, they're coming for me.
They know. They heard you. They said, "Excuse me." You want to say that again? I'm a little lion that lives in your house. I would be careful.
I don't actually have a cat.
Oh, well, God, they're really coming for you then if they're one coming into the house. I'm telling you don't want to mess with them. But I don't want to mess with Charybdis so far either. 3-1 up so far on phone. Looking for that fourth win. Oh, an aggressive take there from Charybdis, though. Way exposed for a while on that jump.
Oh, that's Charybdis losing quite a healthy chunk of his face to that nice shot from Phone.
There it is. 30 HP left. Quick tap from Phone's all that needed. But about 15 more seconds until we start to get our sights on for both of our Widowmakers.
Ooh, they both know where each other are. Barely caught the peak of each other's foreheads, and it's also a skin mirror, so I can't really comment on any skin diffs. But with the walls enabled, Phone has an advantage on the objective.
That they do. 3-2 here. Getting it closer. Almost halfway through now in this first matchup. Time to see if Charybdis is going to be pushing that first round match, or that if they're going to be pushing their first match point, or if they are going to be giving Phone a closer opportunity to tie things back up. Both very close, know where each other's are. An aggressive jump from Charybdis and works out in their favor. Great jump shot, and going to give themselves the point chance here to book that ticket to the finals.
Yeah, and it's going to be our first of the two to go into the finals for our Transcendence tier. And we already have 4 finalists. That means that we already have 2 players who have played so far who are going to be in that 1v1v1 free-for-all, which isn't the most important, but it gives you the bragging rights if you manage to be a Transcendence players, Army, or Discord.
Best Widow in Tranquility for about 6 months, you're allowed to say, without anybody jumping in your way. As long as you keep out of the lobbies and give anyone a chance to take your belt away.
Oh my lord, what a shot!
Wow! Oh, great shot there from Phone. 4-3 here. All right, pushing for that tie now. It's going to be real impressive if Phone is able to, but showing that they're more than capable so far. Transcendence tier. Probably been one of our closest tiers so far.
Yeah, especially with our semifinals match, and it feels like every game Phone has been in has been close against the Devil, or against the Billings Boomers, not Buccaneers.
Ooh, Billings Buccaneers Season 9 team. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Against Chief, managed to 5-4 that one. Potentially 5-4 again, but Charybdis wants to shut it down, and he does.
Nice job.
Nice little tap to the forehead.
There it is, Charybdis booking the first ticket to the finals here in the Transcendence tier. They will be going up against the the winner of our last semifinal matchup. I need to stop saying final when I'm talking about semifinals or matchups there. That's
So,
I don't like the sound of it. Yes.
What do you do, or what should Charybdis do after winning that game? He should tell a Phone goodbye.
Lord.
I was working on that one for so long.
That was good. I liked that one. I thought that was
Ever since I saw his name, I was like, "Wait, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this?" What's
Had
fun?
to fit that in somewhere. Well, that was a good one. Well, all right. Getting in now to our final matchup here in the Transcendence tier, our last semifinal. We have Calypso from Sigma going up against Nick from Carnage. They're going to be going up there against, of course, Charybdis. So exciting to see who is going to make it. We had Calypso with a pretty dominant 5-1 victory. And then we actually had Nick with a 5-2 victory over attempt from Rat Society. Both players here going to be shooting for, again, our last final spot. After this, 3 more 1v1s left in the evening, everybody. Still enough time to get your donations in. Please, ! Donate in the chat if you're able to do so. Still lots of opportunities again throughout the week, but you don't want to miss out on some of our fantastic rewards that are available for you. So please, everyone, if you're able, ! Donate.
I mean, neither of these players have had a problem getting to this position, but now one of them has to fall. And it's looking so even 2 rounds in. And also, this is the first match, I'm pretty sure, where both players have owl skins.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay. Who do we have on the other side?
Shock versus Mayhem.
Ah, okay. Okay. Shock skin's okay, in my opinion. I do like the Mayhem much better, skin-wise here. Shock skin's pretty classic, though. You can't have, there's nothing wrong with it by any means. Ooh, nothing wrong with that jump shot there.
Yeah.
Fantastic job from Nick.
You gotta think beyond just the aesthetics, though, and what do the skins represent, you know? Like, the best Widowmaker player that's ever been on Florida Mayhem, probably either Saya player or BQB. Both those players were very good. Compared that to Ons, though, it's a pretty big gap.
Yeah. Saya player had the potential there, but I mean, Ons is Ons. And there you go, Calypso tying it back up. 2-2,
Calypso.
giving us that that one punch kid. Spray there at the end. 2-2 here. Hoping to have another close Transcendence tier matchup. Oh!
Lord!
Wow! Calypso. I wasn't even able to jump to a POV, let alone their POV. That was fast.
I mean, Calypso's the one showing off his potential right now, and Nick feels like he's being suffocated under the pure strength of Calypso. Not gonna go for that goal.
No, saw that. They were like, I'm out of here. Zooming across there with that. That would have been very impressive to get a shot off on either side there. Both Widowmakers are aware to the general location. We'll see who takes the first grapple here. We'll probably have one of the first attempts either to get shot at or get their first shot off. A little reserved on the positioning, but you know, neither Widowmaker is really opting for that high ground just yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for these players to get in a good position. They're kind of close to each other, and finally the information is shared as both players know where they are. Nick gives up objective control to Calypso. Now the opportunity is there for him to force the objective instead.
That's right. Wall's on here as well. Going to be tough. Whoever makes that first jump, someone's going to have to go to point here soon. Nick trying to juggle peek. Calypso even getting time to type out peek in chat. Oh, you got to get the point! You got to get the point, Calypso! Oh, no!
To get bodied right there.
Oh, no. Well, it's in the game for a reason, I guess. Calypso just missing out. They're keeping things close. Might be the nice way of saying it. Oh, yeah. Nick lined up perfectly there, but just juggle peeking there a little too quick. Hit the wall on that shot. But all right, there's the first. Oh, Calypso, beautiful, beautiful flick.
With the utmost respect, Calypso, you're playing extremely well, but you're kind of an idiot for giving up that point right there.
Yeah, that could have been match point on that side if they got the win. Hey, their words. Oh, Calypso took the shot there. Oh man, might have hit their toes or something.
Gotta be scared after that first shot where you just got spawn trapped.
I know they haven't been messing around out of spawn since.
Oh
wow! Oh wow!
We've seen since an early Harmony game, just an up-close duel of the fates, and it's Calypso who comes out on top.
There it is, punching the last ticket to the finals.
Oh. Nick more like ick. Now that's a toxic one.
Toxic to say the least. Well, there we go. Our finals are set now across all 3 tiers.
And you know what, chat? I want to see it. Who do you guys think is going to win in each division? Widowmain or Buknor? Or Bunker?
Bonk Nori.
How did I forget?
Boonkor.
Sorry. I don't know why I forgot, but I did.
It's okay.
Widowmain or Bonk? I did it again. Boonkor. Matzin versus... It was Captain Nibbles, correct? Because I did not refresh the page. Or Cribitus versus Calypso, the Battle of the Seas at the end of the day.
That's right. Well, here we go. Our finals matchup put in line there. Graphic didn't get updated, everyone. But again, here we go. Here's the finals. All comes down to it. The best Widowmaker that signed up for Event Week in the Harmony tier. We will see who it'll be. There's the first shot from Boonkor. Already able to take him down pretty low. Just a little bit needed as we have, again, aggressive positioning. So many shots coming out from both of our Widowmakers here. And oh my god, Widowmaker!
That's unreasonable shot there from Widowmaker. And
Wow.
just a great start to a performance of the two best Widowmakers in Harmony asterisk.
Gaff taught me that. I believe it. I don't know if I believe that, but still. Here we are. 1-0 on the side. Oh, I'm loving the speed and aggression both these Widowmakers are taking. It is, compared to some of the reservedness we've seen in our semis so far, this is different to say the least.
This isn't Booncore, this is Darth Maul coming out trying to suffocate his opponents, and he's gonna do it with that beautiful just plucking him out of the air, sending him to his grave.
Guys, that Booncore is probably third on the highlight reel tonight of grapple hooks. They are eating up some of my replay clips here so far, but space worth eating.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a small price to pay for good Widow clips, if you ask me. And I mean, do you think there's a chance that Booncore loses out because of his overaggression?
Ooh, I don't know. I would at first say maybe it's worked well for them so far. If anyone's going to be able to take advantage of that, I feel like it has to be Widowmaker. But it's too crazy. I don't even know what's a good example here. It's too like scent dogs that are dropped into a room of 1 million different smells and told to run around because they are just all over the map in each other's faces, picking up as much as they can. And oh my goodness.
Two bloodhounds in a sea of bandanas trying to figure out who goes with what and what goes with why. That's what we got right now.
I love it. And Booncore so far taking the advantage of that. There it is again. Oh, Widow. You got to stop peeking on that, taking that jump, because that's the second time you've gone down in a row to that, I believe.
I mean, we might just have our second 5-0 of the map. Or no, wait,
3-1. They got first round.
We already got one, yeah. I was about to say, but you know what? Not possible. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Still, our finals here. Expecting the highest level of play from both. Oh my, that fake, a million IQ from Widowmaker there.
Just tricked, just straight up tricked. You
That
got
was awesome.
bamboozled, kid.
That was awesome. Well, there you go. 2-3, taking one back into their favor. Playing a little more reserved here, just waiting for Booncore to make themselves known. We'll see if their grapple comes out here soon.
What?
Oh my gosh, just missed. Booncore is going to want that shot back.
Yeah, just buy one, get one for 50% off, except 50% off of his head, and the game is even back up.
There it is. 2 quick ones for Widowmaker. Going to tie things up, and right now, round 7, looking like it's going to be a close one out of both of our Widowmakers here.
I have a feeling... Oh, I was about to say I have a feeling that they're going to kill each other out of spawn very soon, and it almost happened there. Booncore, 1 HP.
Well, they have showed us that doesn't mean much to them. Still, if they get the best angle here, they'll have a chance for it. Widowmaker just missing out. Booncore's still going aggressive too. And oh my gosh. Our first match point now in the finals. 3-4 here. Booncore's game to win with this next elimination, but Widowmaker needs to get 2 back-to-back to claim the title. It all comes down to this tie.
Is it actually... it's still 1-5 in the finals? I just kind of...
I believe so. Here, I can double check real quick. Wait, hold on, know that pretty quickly. Let's see. I assume so. I'm not remembering if it's any different right now. I think it still is.
Not going down that easy, says one, but Booncore is just Booncore. I don't think we have a human. I think we have a Pokemon on the field.
No, it does seem that way. Still trying to double check the scores on that. I believe, still 1-5.
Okay, that's what I thought, but
yeah.
I wanted to make sure.
God, that would be... Because what would we go to after that instead of 1-5? Like
7?
1-7? Yeah. Well, all right. We don't... There it is. Widowmaker, 2 back-to-back at the end. They are going to be our Harmony tier champion. In the Tranquility Widowmaker 1v1. Congratulations to them. But also a great job there from Booncore able to get it as close as possible, taking us to a map 9, round 9 here in our Widowmaker 1v1s. Happy to see that out of each ways. Fantastic job for the Harmony tier. Really showing off so far.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it would feel like a crime to not have the player named Widowmain continue on further into the 3-man free-for-all that's
Very
happening
true.
after our Transcendence game. But we got 2 more games to worry about before that, and I'm still terrified of Madsen.
Yeah. Well, Captain Nibbles, we'll see how well they're held up to stick with this here. The winner, of course, gonna be our champion of the Discord tier, and then we'll stick around to face off against Widowmain and our Transcendence tier champion in that 3-person kind of free-for-all match that we're gonna have. But all right, kicking things in here right off the bat, we're gonna have Madsen going coast here, and the opposite rotation from Nibbles.
Yeah, just it's cliffside or coast versus graffiti, and it turns out you shouldn't spray paint walls, kids. Only
Nope.
spray paint what's yours, and then you'll succeed in life.
That's
know
exactly what the takeaway from all of that. Exactly. That's how parents teach their children about graffiti. That clip right there. Okay, I understand. Well, all right, here we go. Grapples out both ways, and Madsen. Oh my goodness.
Serious.
Wow.
I say
Hey.
everything's so clear, but I think Madsen's the one who recognizes that more. The guy is on fire.
Oh my gosh, Madsen. Already looking impressive. They've had quite a run to get here so far. Taking a peek back at our Discord bracket to kind of walk through their journey to the finals. Ended up having the 5-0 last round over Icy. A very difficult win, 5-4 over Gliscor. And there we go, up 3-0 now. They're on an 8-round win streak right now.
Madsen is on the warpath. Just
Wow.
going round 5 against Gliscor woke something deep within, and now it will not happen again. Not dropping a single round, 8 rounds in a row getting the kill.
Actually, hold on, more than 8 because they would have had that first round as well.
Yeah.
At least 9 in a row.
Yeah, now that I say it, I remember that I think that he won 4 in a row against Gliscor, so this is 12 in a row.
Oh my god. Oh, well, there it is. Nibble's going to end that regardless before we can figure it out. Picking up their first here in the finals, 3-1. They're not stepping down just yet. The Ragnarok Fenrir DPS player, I believe DPS player. They're this far into the Widowmaker 1v1. If not, they're a very lucky tanker support, so I believe they're DPS. Still making a name for themselves.
I mean, both these players are absolutely making a name for themselves. And this is a very weird place to have a 1v1, but Madsen does not care. Graffiti is his home. Cliffside is his home. Castile's his home.
Well, trying to kick Nibbles out of their house. Now match point in what would be a much faster Discord tier matchup. But, I mean, as fast as our Harmony tier was at the beginning, slowed down in the second half. This has been pretty much all the way up into 6th gear for both of our players so far. Been very, very quick.
Madsen's mouse is moving at Mach 5, it feels. And, oh my good lord, that was almost a shot, but it ends up being a no-reg. 11 HP remaining, doesn't care, he's just going in! There's nothing to stop him except, I guess, a bullet to the back of the head. Call that, I can't make that joke.
Yeah, not a bad one whatsoever out of Nibbles. There you go, picking up their second. They still have got to win 3 more. 4 in a row in total they need to do. They already knocked the first one off that list. If they want to become Discord tier champions, Madsen, oh my, the aggression.
The speed, the power, the hunger, the devour from Nibbles.
Wow. Well, there you go. There's 2. 2 left here if they want to win. But they're still on the brink of defeat for the rest of their 1v1 night. Madsen still going aggressive with these jump shots. Still trying to get the peak here. I mean, 2 chances left for Madsen now.
Yeah, not a lot of adaptation. The sheer unadulterated aggression from Madsen worked out for so long, but now somebody's finally starting to stop him in his tracks, and finally we see some more passivity come out.
That's right. Both going a little slower. It looks like Matson was putting their foot on the gas, and there it is. Oh, Nibble's going to stick with it. They're just like 1 HP, and there it is.
Nibbles will be eating no more as Nibbles has been taken out, and Madsen with a potent path through the finals.
Well, there it is. Fantastic job. They're going to be our Discord tier champion of the Widowmaker 1v1. We're going to be showing them in the show match here just in a little bit. Before that, we're going to be moving on to the Transcendence tier now. And speaking of Transcendence tier, we're going to have Charybdis going up against Calypso. And another shout out to Charybdis. Just threw in a $10 donation from their last match win. So thank you, Charybdis. We appreciate that. And all right, Ty, our last 1v1 of the night.
Yeah, I mean, last 1v1 doesn't mean it's the last game. Remember,
Nope,
game
show match still.
right now, but we got game 21 coming up, the most important for bragging rights.
That's right. The best Widow and Tranquility online. We're going to see, Sarah said, Booth, get ready on Coast. Okay. All right, well, good thing that's where I spawned in at.
Get ready at Coast. So are we having a Coast duel then? Charybdis? What's going on?
Right. Oh.
What is going? Okay, round 1 goes to Calypso. Very well played.
Oh, they were gonna do. I know what they were gonna do. They were gonna do the. They were gonna do the like the duel. You know, they were gonna do 10 paces.
Oh yeah, and then he just killed himself.
Okay, well, they're coming back, I think? No, they're not coming back.
Just
all
regular
right.
duel.
Just regular now.
That feels like BM from Charybdis. Just give him 1 round because he needs it.
I mean, yeah, all right. Well, I mean, this is the finals, so you normally watch your step. So maybe not in this case. Needed to put the big yellow caution sign up over there next time to make sure you don't have anybody slipping off. But all right, both jump shots, Charybdis had pretty good luck in the past there with those jump shots, and there we go. Walls on now, Ty.
Yeah, every peek you take is a step closer to death, and Charybdis learns that the hard way. Calypso up 2-0 through circumstances.
Circumstances, exactly.
I have no idea how I slipped because you walked off the edge. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, to say, I think you slipped because you stepped where there not be map. Well, all right, there we go. Bringing one back into their favor there. A good job there from Charybdis. Perfect angle, waiting, and still on the back foot, but time to catch up nonetheless. 1-2 left here in their favor. I guess 1-1, but 1-2 on the scorebook. That's all that's going to matter at the end, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you kill yourself, then you don't deserve that point anyways, and your enemy does deserve the point. So, yeah, it's 1-2, fair enough. Just to even it up. Anyways, you know, it feels like more BM.
Wow. I mean, both of these last two, it just seems like Calypso is just kind of playing into Charybdis' web there, right? They're setting up the angle they want. They're waiting for their prey to come through and then taking their shot. And they've been well set up for it here. We'll see if they continue on with it. They're waiting to see them come over here onto the right. There's the grapple, but just ended up missing.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of footsies for a short amount of time as these players recuperate their cooldowns and get ready for potentially trying to sneak these shots in. I don't know. Does Calypso know where Charybdis is? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely do now. You have Calypso playing behind statue, trying to get a nutmeg of a shot here if they can. Just to the side, there it is. Great shot to put them up here. 1 over on Charybdis. 3-2 here for Calypso. 1 left for them to get to that match point. 3 left here for Charybdis. 1st to 5. Who's going to be taking the last spot into our show match and get to claim the best Widowmaker in Transcendence tier?
I mean, if you lose this and you're Charybdis, you start to feel really dumb for walking off the ledge.
Yeah. I mean, At least, I mean, you would say it's 3-2 in quotes, but it could be 3-3 right now. It could be tied up, and now they got to win 3 in a row to stay with it. And wow, aggressive positioning. The the handrail ended up getting in their way.
That definitely would have hit too. I'm 100% confident that trying to get the little boost trick, not quite getting this grapple spot, but now you know Calypso doesn't have the grapple either. No monkey business to go on.
No, none at all. Grapples each way. About another 10-ish seconds or so until we start to get those walls on. Probably going to benefit Calypso with their current positioning, but they're pushing a little aggressive now.
They both know where each other are. Doubly so, and
oh, there it is.
Calypso takes down Charybdis. The banana peel at the start of that first round proving impactful. It's Calypso, the underdog in my eyes, at the very least, going into the final part of tonight with the 3-player free-for-all.
That's right. Congratulations to our 3 winners there. Now we're going to see who is the best Widowmaker in Tranquility. Oh, some great shots from everybody tonight here. Fantastic 1v1s. Been an absolute blast to watch so far here, Ty. And then, of course, here we'll do a quick run-through of our 3 brackets to show everybody. So, of course, in the Harmony tier, end up having Widowmain in the Map 9 matchup against Boomcore. They were your Harmony tier champions. You're going to be seeing them go up against Captain Nibbles, right? No, Matson, yes, okay. Matson 5-3 over Captain Nibbles. Trying to remember the matchup there. Then, of course, Calypso just taking the victory there over Charybdis 5-2. But all right, gonna get into our final matchup here.
The most important one as well.
The most important one by most of our eyes here. And all right, just a reminder of people on rules of how this match kind of happens. It is going to be a first to 50 kills from the winners of all 3 tiers. First to 50 or 5 minutes.
I think this will be faster, or it'll take longer than 5 minutes to get 50 kills.
Yeah, so normally it goes to 5 minutes in past history with these at least. But maybe 50? I mean, respawn is what it would normally be on free-for-all, so pretty short. But normally what ends up happening with this, you'll see some 1v1s kind of happening, and then, somebody third-partying and jumping in to either clean up afterwards or 2v1 onto somebody. We'll see how the dynamics kind of turn out here. But real quick, everyone, please, we're almost finished with our event tonight. And oh my goodness, Charybdis, a $50 donation says for the content. LOL. Well, thank you so much.
Lost this whole time, and he would have given the $50.
Thank you so much for your generosity tonight, Charybdis. $80 across all their donations. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for assisting tonight. Please join in with Charybdis if you're able, donating, !donate in the chat to help with Project Hope, our charity selection of the week. Currently sitting at $2,715. But all right, now we get in to see which tier is, I guess you would say, the best in quotes, right? The best so far, and already.
No quotes?
Yeah, no quotes.
I mean, if the Harmony player wins, then Harmony is the best tier. I don't see any issues with that.
Well, there we go. Calypso, early lead. 3 amazing shots. Looking for a 4th there. Able to clean up both sides. They're up 4-3 here on the leaderboard. I'll tab occasionally here for us. Matson not able to clean up so far.
He's just getting feasted on right now. He had the most dominant road to the finals, and he's got nothing going for him right now. 6-3-0 at the... Okay, 6-3-1. Good job, Madsen. You're on the board.
Very good job indeed. Have some ground to catch. There you go. Making up the best they can. They currently are at 2 kills, just a kill off of their Harmony tier counterpart. Oh, getting real close and personal. Right into Calypso's face. Widowmain! Oh, they lost. That's huge because in free-for-all, I believe that means you lose 2. Yes, they lost some score for that. So now they have 2 scores, even though they've had 3 kills. So Calypso 2 points above Matson. And
just dropping banana peels by the ledge.
just waiting to see who else they can get to come off Well, Matson, 1 kill off of first now, and tied. There you go, Matson. Fantastic job. Gonna tie things up. 6 kills pretty quick. But, so, yeah, a minute and a half gone. Definitely seems like we're not gonna reach that 50 kills in time, but oh my goodness, a 2-way tie. So really, 7 kills and then 6 kills across the board here. The score just went off because of that fall Widowmaker had to have, so incredibly close.
Yeah, Matson picks up another kill finally, overtaking the lead, going from 0 kills to 8 in the time it took for Calypso to go from 6 kills to 8. That is impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. There's Widowmaker. Tying things back up, a tie now in second place. Matson's able to clean up with it, and I believe, 10, 9, and 7 across our tiers here now. Transcendence, Discord, Harmony.
Yeah, Widowmaker, I mean, it only feels right to have somebody named Widowmaker in the finals. It's just how the world should work. And Calypso, just proving SR does matter. SR does matter, and so does my scoreline. I'm better than you guys.
Wait a second, I'm trying to think. We were spectating Calypso there. They were shooting head-on at Matson, and somehow Widowmaker fell, so I think they were like right behind them and ended up getting the collateral or something like that, because I don't think they were the ones being aimed at, or if not, it sure looked like it on stream. But oh my goodness, look how close we are. 12, 11, 10. This is one of the closest finals we have. Normally, with about 2 minutes left, we've seen somebody pull away, but oh, there we go, a tie now in first.
I remember last year it was the Transcendence player by far taking it home, and Calypso wants to try and keep it going this year. 2 kills, quick succession, 3 kills now. Head of second place is Matson. That duel's so important to get this score up a little bit for Matson. Widowmaker takes him out though, trying to stay in this.
There it is. Widowmaker needs a kill here. Well, they didn't end up dying, so that's good enough. There it is. 2 kills there for Widowmaker. Just a couple points behind first now, but 16, 15, and 12 across Matson in first. But there you go, another good shot from Widowmaker, able to pull through. Minute 20 left, we're getting close here, Ty. Not tons of time left here for our Widowmakers. Oh, great shot from Widowmaker.
As time goes up, it feels like it's getting closer and closer, yet further and further at the same time. These players competing so hard and so strong. 2 points in the mix from third to first. It is so close, and down to the wire, Calypso trying to spread his gap, and he gets another.
Ties it up. There we go. 17 all across the top. Just less than a minute left. Quick check on the scores. Widowmaker needs 3 to tie things back up, but there's 1. Looking for the second one. If they're able to catch it, they're only going to be a point under. 45 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, that's a great shot there for Matson. He was at 6 HP, so he didn't need much. Calypso gets the Avengeance. 19 to 18. It looks like Widowmaker might start to get out of it as time goes on. Calypso's starting to pull ahead. He's got 3 kills. 2 ahead of second place. 30 seconds left.
They're coming through. There it is. 21 now. The lead starting to extend, but they fall to Matson. Just 2 left. It's so close here at the end. The closest we've ever had in tie. 15 seconds left, and it's up to see if Calypso can continue it on. But there's Matson. 1 kill away.
Widowmaker shuts him down. Gets
Widowmaker!
I just take the first place for himself. 3 points away. 6 seconds to get 3 kills.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Matson might be out of it. There's 1 point away from those two. If it's a draw, it's a draw, but nobody gets it turns out to be Calypso with the timeout. 22 kills to take it home.
Wow, that was the best show match we've ever had between here in Tranquility for Widowmaker 1v1s. Amazing job between the 3 of them. I don't think there is any way to really distinguish tiers between those 3 players. They all incredible across the board. Wow, fantastic job all around. But Calypso, Transcendence tier player, gonna end up taking the tag for the best Widowmaker in Tranquility. But you have to give credit to all 3 of our winners tonight. Absolutely fantastic job.
Technically, if you're counting just kills, it's actually a draw for the bottom spot, the second place spot between Widowmaker and Matson. Both had 20 kills, but because Widowmaker fell off the map, obviously, just like last time, not quite able to keep it into their favor.
Well, again, in our favor, thank you to everybody who has donated so far. Just a reminder to everybody, we are running an event week, of course, as we do in our mid-season break every year. This year, we're going to be supporting Project Hope, raising money to help combat the global health and disaster happening in Ukraine. Project Hope is an organization focused on this, with their campaign, of course, focusing on Ukrainian refugees and Ukrainian citizens to help supply medicine, medical aid like insulin or other type of medicines needed, some supplies, and then supporting families that need help in this time. So please, ! Donate. Thank you to all that have donated tonight. We do have more events in the pipeline here for our for you to donate if you're not able to tonight. So we're still trying to get our event staff so we can broadcast tomorrow the event week in the EU. I'm really hoping that we're able to do this, so be on the lookout for that. Event's going to happen regardless, but the broadcast still a little up in the air. Then tomorrow evening, you're going to get to hear Ty again, who's been volunteering all throughout the week here. They are going to be broadcasting Brawl Night. That's going to be Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This stream, I believe, will go live possibly 8. I'm going to double check on that. That's going to have some on a paintball, and some Torb Hammer. We combine those into one. Then on Thursday, we're going to have the 2v2 eliminations going on. Ty will be back here joining us. And then, of course, on Friday, we have our staff pugs, kind of the crown night in our event week. Always a great one to watch. And, yeah, you're going to hear, again, Ty on that as well. So thankful for all the help we're going to get this week. Yeah, a busy week to say the least here. But for a great cause, of course. Always a very fun week we look forward to here in Tranquility.
And congratulations to our winners, of course, for each of the 3 divisions. Calypso as the final winner and winner of Transcendence. It is a very good performance from you, as well as Matson and Widowmaker.
Widowmaker.
The other 2. I was forgetting Matson for a moment. Don't know how, but I was forgetting it. Congratulations to everybody who performed. You all had a wonderful performance tonight. Thank you so much for coming out, and we will see you guys tomorrow in the potentially EU night events, but if we do not see you then, we will be seeing you at the Brawl Night. So have a wonderful rest of your night.